September 1944. Europe is in ruins. But in London, a quiet revolution is taking shape. The governments in exile of Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg signed a customs union convention, an agreement that provided the structural model for what would eventually become the European Union. This is Paul Henry Spaak, the Belgian politician who chaired that preparatory committee. He turned a three-way trade deal into the direct blueprint for the European Economic Community. Today, the Benelux Agreement is overlooked, treated more as a historical footnote than a living alliance. Meetings between these three countries now rarely touch on the future of the continent. Instead, the agenda often focuses on local administrative issues, like standardizing cycle paths across their borders. The foundational alliance of the European project has faded into political obscurity, but the actual economic weight these three nations hold suggests they have much more than local paths to offer. Measured by cold data, the Benelux countries carry an economic weight that far exceeds their geographic size. Combined, the GDP of these three countries is roughly $1,980 billion, placing the Benelux bloc 12th globally, surpassing Australia, Spain, and Russia. When split apart, the Netherlands is the 17th largest economy, and Belgium ranks 22nd. This collective wealth translates into functional control over the core infrastructure of the global economy. By pooling these resources, these three nations created one of the most dense concentrations of capital and logistics on the planet, even if they rarely leverage that scale as a single bloc. That control starts with physical trade. Rotterdam is the leading port on the European continent, serving as the primary entry point for global goods into the single market. This logistics network is backed by a financial system centered in Luxembourg. Luxembourg houses Euroclear, which manages over 40 trillion euros in assets, and SWIFT, the network that processes 44 million international financial messages every day. Then there is the political footprint. Brussels is the capital of the European Union, the administrative hub for 450 million citizens. The city also houses the headquarters of NATO, the center of Western military coordination. The Benelux possesses the critical pillars of modern influence: logistics, finance, and geopolitical centers. Yet functionally, these assets remain fragmented across national lines. If this bloc pursued a truly integrated policy, it would change the internal power balance of European politics. The region possesses a rare cultural complementarity: Dutch Calvinist rigor, Luxembourg's Germanic pragmatism, and Belgian Latin culture, working in a concentrated space. Deep unification would move them from being three mid-tier states to a unified economic heavyweight capable of setting terms in global trade and regulation. This isn't theoretical. The Benelux exiles in 1944 used their shared interests to design the very concept of a common market. With its immense wealth and shared history, this customs union remains a functional laboratory for the type of integration the rest of Europe is currently struggling to achieve.